Hello, Damon Johnson, Kinesiology 7516, Dr. Martinez, Fall Moodle 1. This morning's topic is about human resources in sports. I know this calls for I can use outside resources like the internet, scholarly articles, or newspaper clippings. I won't use any of those because I live it every day. I am currently athletic director, and dean of students at St. Bernard High School in Playa del Rey, California, which is a suburb right by the beach in Los Angeles. So, because I live the human resources side of sports every day with my job, I can talk about my everyday life. And that means that I have access to all of the stakeholders all the time, and I hear them. And the stakeholders that are important in high school sports, unlike maybe college sports, the parents, administration, boosters, and alumni, and the coaches as well. And I put myself in the category as the coaches because as being athletic director and coached for 26 years myself basketball, I understand having a stake in the children, the student athletes, the parents, the school, and anyone that you can touch, because if you put your heart and soul into it, you got to have a stake. You will spend money that may go to your household on the student athletes because you want them to succeed. You're driven by the success of them. And the harder you work, the harder they see you work, I think they can be very successful because your personality as a coach, a teacher, will rub off on those student athletes, and it will go a long ways. And they may not recognize it early on, but once they get older, they will look back and say, okay, now I understand why Coach Johnson, Mr. Johnson, did certain things in his own way for us to be successful. So I would say coaches, as myself, put their heart and soul, and one of the greatest, I think, if probably not the greatest stakeholder next to parents, it's a close 1A when it comes to having a permanent stake and a big stake in the stake in kids and student athletes when it comes to sports. The second stakeholder, biggest stakeholder, I would say, when I say second, but still one, is parents. Because myself as a parent, having kids that played middle school sports and high school sports, you actually become their taxi driver, their Uber, everything to get them to and from. You're spending money, you're saving, you're using all of your time, all of your free time, and even time that you don't have free, and you invest in your kids because you just want them to be happy, have things to do, and parents go above and beyond. And I could possibly say that next to coaches, parents are the biggest stakeholders in the human resources of sports because they have all the resources. I mean, if they don't have, then you have a coach that may step in. You may have another relative that may step in to help, just to make it happen. Thirdly, I would say would be the administration of the school, because as the administration, they want the product that's put on the field, the courts, the links, the track field to be respectable and a reflection of the school. And that's always positive. So good things can be said about the school. And then you have the boosters and the alumni. They have big stakes in high school sports or even college sports. But to me, a lot of times it's for self. They do help because without boosters and without certain alumni, some programs may not be able to function because they rely on the financial support of the boosters and the alumni. But when it comes to stakeholders, I think all 4 or 5 of those entities play a big part because I see it play a part here at my school. The boosters are very important. Administration is very important. I'm important as athletic director because when I first took the job, it was to change the culture. St. Bernard High School was always a winner. They went down a little bit, so I came in, and last year, out of our 16 sports, 13 of them made the playoffs. Yes, I did have to make a few changes by letting coaches go and maybe talking to coaches about cutting certain kids because it wasn't just good for other programs. So I do have a stake in our program here, and I'm looking forward to more stakeholders as myself. And I think I have that support now with the parents and administration. Thanks so very much.